I have the distinct pleasure of inviting Air Vice Marshal retired Asad Ikram, the president of Center for Innovation, Technological Advancement, Digital Entrepreneurship and Leadership. That's a tall order. I was a part of the inception and inaugural of this center, and I like to think that leadership in the name is because of me. And sir, the floor is yours.
Sayyid Basit Ali Sahab, Zarar Sahab, Ikram Sahab, ladies, gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. Especially the young ones here and the more younger ones back there. It's always such a great thing to talk to young people. It gives you that energy too. All of us learned physics, right? When we went to school. पीछे बात कर रहा हूँ भाई. आगे वाले ने तो पढ़ा था फिजिक्स, मुझे पता है. पीछे वाले ने पढ़ा था कि नहीं पढ़ा है? अच्छा, मेरी ना उर्दू इतनी अच्छी है ना अंग्रेजी इतनी अच्छी है, तो आई एम गोइंग टू बी शिफ्टिंग बोथ लैंग्वेजेस, ठीक है? जो भी उस वक्त आ गया ज़हन में. So remember there used to be this question, what if there was no gravity? याद है? I'm not getting energy in the room. यार आप लोगों ने खाना भी खाया हुआ भाई, पीछे सारे all young people. कोई मजा नहीं आ रहा है यार, for God's sake. पता है इस्लामाबाद में जो यंगर लॉट है ना, उसमें ज्यादा एनर्जी है. आई थॉट कि कराची में ज्यादा होनी चाहिए. अभी तक नहीं. पता आगे जो लोग बैठे इनमें तो एनर्जी है, आई कैन सी दैट, बट स्टिल कांट गेट इट फ्रॉम द यंगर लॉट देयर. डॉक्टर हुमा डरे में. अच्छा, और एक तो सिमिलर एक और क्वेश्चन आता था हमेशा, what if there was no friction? So what would happen if there was no friction? Anyone? चल भी नहीं सकते, बैठ भी नहीं सकते, कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते, ठीक है? So what came to my mind was this question: can we imagine a world without innovation? बस 10 सेकंड के लिए बस सोचें, अगर इनोवेशन ना हो तो फिर क्या होगा? सुकून होगा. So I asked one of the AI tools, tell me what would happen if there was no innovation. So this is the answer I got. But do you think this is correct? क्यों नहीं? हाँ, इसमें तो इनोवेशन है ना, लोगों ने घर बनाए हैं, pots, etc., etc. So if there was no innovation, the human race would just be like any other animal species actually. ऐसी है. So that tells us how fundamental innovation is to human survival. क्योंकि हम तो aliens हैं ना on this planet. I mean, we need clothes to be able to survive. बाकी जो जानवर हैं, they don't need that. Plants don't need it. The insect kingdom doesn't need clothes. We also have to cook our food, so we need fire, etc., etc. So without innovation, the human species would not have survived on this planet. अब जब हम इनोवेशन की बात करते हैं, a lot of times हमारे ज़हन में आती है टेक्नोलॉजी. कोई टेक्नोलॉजिकल इनोवेशन होगा, कोई नई सर्विस आ जाएगी, कोई नई मशीन इजाद हो जाएगी. But that is not true. Innovation is across all the complete spectrum of life. And these are just a few examples. और इसमें भी थोड़ा सा bias है. Bias थोड़ा सा टेक्नोलॉजी की तरफ है इस लिस्ट में भी. So you have business industry में नई business models, how to do deals, how to manage a supply chain. Technology, of course, all of us know that smartphones, AI, renewable energy, etc. Healthcare, education. जो पहला ज़माना था जिसमें there were no blackboards, then whiteboards, etc. That was again innovation of that time. And then we have government and policy, the way we run our business every day, the business of governing people. That also has changed over the years. Or हर step में there's been innovation. There's social innovation, arts and culture, different types of paintings, water painting and oil paintings, etc., etc. That's all innovation that has happened through human history. environmental sustainability, etc., etc. So I take this out. I wanted to understand what's the relationship between innovation and wealth. And this is what I got. तो अगर आप यहाँ पे देखें, so Switzerland here, per capita highest, और innovation भी सबसे ज़्यादा. So there seems to be a direct correlationship between innovation and how wealthy you can get. और हम कहाँ पे हैं? यहाँ पे. That's unfortunate, but nothing to worry about. That just means that we have an opportunity to grow, right? China भी यहीं पे था एक ज़माने में. It has gone all the way here, and it's on its way to get somewhere up here. India also has moved past few years to this space here. So इस पे परेशान नहीं होना, please. You know, we can be innovative to become more innovative and then become more wealthier. और wealth का साथ ये है कि innovation drives wealth creation and then wealth enables more innovation क्योंकि then you can spend more money on R&D, more infrastructure, more trainings, etc., etc., and then you can get more wealthier. Now let's come. Okay, so how do we get innovative? You know, there are a lot of books on this. आजकल तो हर जगह पे AI और innovation इस तरह की बातें होती हैं. So these are the normal things that you find: world-class education, investment, R&D, business environment, strong infrastructure, culture that celebrates creativity, smart, stable governance, public-private collaborations. लेकिन ये होंगे कैसे? How does this happen? You need a lot of players for this. A lot of times what we hear is the triple helix model of advancement. जिसके अंदर तीन चीजें आती हैं: government, academia, industry. But that's not true. Oh, sorry. You need a lot more. You need financial institutions. Institutions that can lend money, that can regulate how we work together. You need legal entities, IP protection, etc. Entrepreneurs who are ready to take that risk, etc., etc. So in fact, it's the whole society at large जो innovative होती है. कोई एक organization खाली नहीं हो सकती या एक segment of society नहीं हो सकती. So what we say at Citadel is that this is a whole of nation approach, and that is the fundamental reason हमारे सारे events जो होते हैं Pathfinder के, उसमें we have people from the whole spectrum of society. We have in terms of age groups, all people, in terms of the professions, all sorts of people. तो ये खाली कोई एक इदारा या एक segment नहीं कर सकता. So let's come home and see what's the problem here. So one of the immediate problems that we identified was this: 31% of grads are unemployed in the country. और आप लोग सारे जो पीछे बैठे हुए हैं, you're going to be grads very soon. So this applies to you. We need 2.5 million jobs every year to be made, new jobs to be created. And then all we have is a very short window, only 15 years to go, before our population, Pakistani population, starts getting older and the number of young people start decreasing. अच्छा, पहले जब मैंने ये पढ़ा कहीं पे सुना, मैं कि ये नहीं हो सकता. Our population will keep growing, so we'll never have this problem. But then, I checked up a few more stats, and this is true. Our birth rate is going to go down, और 2040 के बाद हमारी जो average median age है population की, that's going to start increasing. What that means is ये 15 साल हैं, इसमें जो हमने कर लिया, अगर इसको हमने lose कर दिया, then we're going to be a lot of trouble. There won't be very many people to pay taxes to take care of us. So what's the solution? No rocket science. सीधे सी बात है, ग्रेड अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट के लिए ग्रेड एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी होनी चाहिए. कहना आसान है, लेकिन यहाँ पे और भी मसले हैं. टॉक टू द इंडस्ट्री एंड दे विल टेल यू कि सर वो ग्रेड्स तो बहुत निकल रहे हैं, लेकिन उनका स्किल सेट ठीक नहीं है. इनको बातचीत करना नहीं आती है, कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स ठीक नहीं है, टाइम मैनेजमेंट नहीं आती, प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट नहीं कर सकते, negotiate नहीं कर सकते, stress manage नहीं कर सकते. So that means that we have problems on both sides, supply side as well as the demand side. And of course we need to create more jobs. और मैंने जानबूझ के यहाँ पे wealth creation की बात लिखी है. So that हमें याद रहे कि wealth create होगी तो हम और innovative हो सकेंगे. We'll be able to spend more money into our innovation drives. And then of course, for longer term impact, it has to be sustainable. ये नहीं कि 1 साल, 2 साल, 3 साल और मेरी दौरे हुकूमत में तो जबरदस्त हो गया काम, उसके बाद फिर we don't know what happens. फिर उसके बाद फिर देखेंगे कौन सा प्रोग्राम बनेगा और कैसे चलेगा. So what are we doing at Citadel? The one thing that we're doing is setting up the Career Jumpstart Institute, which is focused on graduate employability, just emerging technology, soft skills के ऊपर जोर देंगे हम. The other is Escape Velocity Accelerator, targeting startup companies who need to now grow, scale up, so that we can create more jobs and create more wealth. And the third is consulting, helping companies in Pakistan adopt newer technologies so that they're more efficient and they can go and compete on the global level. So what we call this is a Citadel framework. ये तीनों verticals, the Career Jumpstart Institute, emerging technologies, soft skills and competencies, and then of course national and global placements. The other one is the Escape Velocity Accelerator, startups से succeed करवाना, creating an investment value chain ताकि उनके लिए investments आ सकें, and then of course having global collaborations so that they can expand at much faster rate. And lastly is the corporate innovation, focusing on executive development and on the SDGs so that it's more inclusive and more sustainable development. So as part of our Escape Velocity Accelerator, the first thing that we've done is to run a national challenge to select top startups for representing Pakistan's innovation potential at Davos, Switzerland, during the World Economic Forum meeting in January 2026. So this is more applicable to all the people at the back there, the younger lot, because this is just the first one of its kind. And we are going to keep on doing this every year. So you have to prepare yourself to be able to get into this slot. So we came out with a selection criteria. We had some priority sectors that aligned with World Economic Forum goals. And then we had call for applications. September to October, we had like 200 applications, down to 40. उनमें से 20 हमने फर्स्ट राउंड में निकाली, 20 में से 7 को हमने नेशनल राउंड हमने किया था 25th of October. We also had the Swiss ambassador there. And then we have selected 7 startups who are going to be going to Davos in January, inshallah. We had, of course, the help of a lot of judges from the industry. In which koi bhi hum nahi the, none of us from Citadel was in the judging panel. We had people from the industry for all the rounds, industry and academia, both. And these are startups that are going to Davos. I think they need a bigger hand. All young boys and girls, they will be carrying a flag there. So right now what we're doing is, we are running them through a global readiness training program. जिसके अंदर मुख्तलिफ चीज़ें उनको सिखा रहे हैं, पढ़ा रहे हैं, so that when they go there, they can do a good job. That includes investor readiness, pitch mastery, business scaling, global positioning, impact and sustainability. So these are again people from the industry that are helping us out with this. People within Pakistan and abroad both. Now what's coming next? This was one thing that we've done. The year ahead, we are starting off a short duration upskilling courses, AI transformation workshops for companies, and also more acceleration challenges. And of course, a number of conferences and events that contribute all three of our verticals. So the first one is the Startup Challenge, World Economic Forum, Jeddah, 22nd to 23rd April 2026. The calls are going to be out January 1. We're going to have the first round on 3rd of February, inshallah, followed by the national round on 26th Feb, and then preparation, of course, like we've done this time, and we're sending them off to Jeddah in April. The other thing that's happening is the AI and Future of Work Conference, an international conference that we're holding with Comstech, OIC Comstech in Islamabad, happening on the 8th of January, inshallah. That is going to be followed by another conference, exhibition and conference, the Aerospace Technology Exhibition and Conference, to be held in April this year, inshallah, again with Comstech. And any one of you who's got a small startup or who knows friends who are into this UAV business, please do let them know. And of course, we can't miss out Karachi, even though आज मुझे थोड़ा सा वो हो रहा है कि यार कराची आए कि ना आए, लेकिन उनके पीछे वाले जिनके लिए है वो तो बिल्कुल they're not concerned really. So Citadel is going to be coming to Karachi, inshallah, this year, next year, early next year. So far, we have a good evolving ecosystem already. We have a few partners who have signed up. That includes companies, universities, even international companies like Go Telecom from Saudi Arabia, a few other companies in Pakistan. They're all now part of the Citadel ecosystem. And our motto is to build the future together. We're not into predicting the future, क्योंकि predictions तो कभी भी ठीक नहीं निकलती. The best thing to do is to build the future together. So this is something I would like to share with all of you. पीछे से कोई पढ़ तो सुना सकता है anyone? Please. You know, Allama Iqbal was just so great. He knew कि पाकिस्तान में बहुत सारी बिल्डिंग्स खाली पड़ी रहेंगी, तो हर वक्त नई नई बिल्डिंग्स बनाने की जरूरत नहीं है. What you need is a change in the mindset. That is important. नई बिल्डिंग्स बना लेना कोई कमाल नहीं है. सोच बदलना is the biggest thing that you can do. And that's the only thing that will transform you as an individual, you as a community, as a society, as a nation. Thank you very much.